I started listening to affirmation music. I didn't know that affirmation music existed. Someone sent me this lady named Coex Marie. The song was called I Am Enough. In the music, she's just saying it over and over and over and over again, right? But it's just like such a vibe. It's just amazing. So I went to YouTube and I started listening to all her music. And she makes, again, like this affirmation music. So what maybe a lot of people don't know about me is that my first love is music, and my second love is motherhood and babies. And so when I was young, I thought that I was going to be in the entertainment industry. I remember being in the first grade, and I always got chose to take the vocal lead, right? Like I had to perform, I think it was Rocking Around the Christmas Tree on stage. And I just fell in love with it. And I had a vocal teacher, a choir teacher, and he used to like make me stay after school and he would like practice with me. But I really was never confident in my vocal ability. And so it only takes one time for somebody to say like, you can't sing or something like that, right? To crush your little dream. And I don't know if that ever happened to me, but I can't remember a specific incident, but somehow I feel like that happened or something, because it was just something that I just never pursued. So anyway, when I was in college, I went to go do karaoke, and this was like for the first time ever. And I did the first song and I was like super nervous. And then I was like, okay, started getting more comfortable. And I was like, oh my God, I belong on this stage. After that, I could not sit down. Like I kept wanting to get up and perform and perform. And I don't know what type of vocalist I am. I just know that I love music and I just love the spirit of it. And I just love vibing to it and the flow of it. I mean, I think that music do something to me that it doesn't necessarily do to other people. I don't know. I just feel that way. So anyway, I found the girl Coex Marie on Instagram and I followed her. And I do remember seeing something where she posted like how she does music coaching. And I was thinking like, oh, you know, of course, vocal coaching. And I had hired a vocal coach maybe several times. Like I remember going to the Cleveland Institute of Music for vocal, and then I recently hired a vocal coach maybe a year or two ago, and it just, I don't know, it just never came together, just never gelled. So she ended up doing a master class, like a free master class, and I was like, I don't even know what this master class is about, but I really like this girl, so I'm about to go to this master class, because if I get like time to be able to like see her and hear what she got to say, I was like, I want to hear it. So here I am. I go to the master class and it was like everything. And when I say it was everything, it's because she is a music coach or vocal coach, but what she does is so unique. So she helps people create their own affirmation music so that they can hear their own voice when they're saying these affirmations. And I'm like, oh, this is dope. Like, sign me up. Like, where do I sign up? Right? And I feel like this is an investment in myself. Like, of course, it's a coaching package, so I had to pay for it. But I was like, this is something I really want to do. And I asked her, I said, well, what if I want to take my music and like make a commercial? And so she said, well, I can help with that too. She was like, if you want to take a commercial, then we can discuss another package, but you can do that. And I'm like on fire. I don't know. I was like, I don't know what's going to come from this, but I'm like a rapper / singer on the low. So I had created my own song called, Endless Supply. And I had rapped just a little bit of it, I think on Instagram, maybe like last week or 2 weeks ago or something like that. but the story behind it is just amazing, right? I feel like once it clicked to me that God is my endless supply, it was like whatever worry, whatever self-doubt, whatever I had that was hidden inside of me just melted away, because I just took a totally different perspective, and I'm like, oh, no human has power over me. Like whatever comes through a human, they were ordained through God to come to me, that paycheck or that job or whatever. And it made me put my faith and trust more in God and way less on humans. I don't depend on humans at all. And this particular day, I was on my way to the grocery store after somebody had bought one of my books. And so I had $25 in cash. Now, I had just left my career, so I'm on a budget. You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, I'm going in this store to buy dinner for a family of 4, and it's going to cost $25 because that's all I'm willing to spend right now, because I ain't trying to, pull out my card or nothing. Like, this $25 is going to have to work. So on my way to the store, I just made up this song, and I was like, God is my endless supply. When money goes out, money comes in. Multiply, bless this money in my hand right now. Let me turn this 25 into 25,000. So I just keep saying this over and over and over again, right? Let's say it took me 10 minutes to get to the store from where I was, and I'm just in the car singing this, and I'm vibing, and I'm like, duh, 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 right? So I already had in my mind what I wanted from the store, but logically, $25 ain't gonna cover it, right? Because I'm bougie, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like real luxurious. So like, I can't just go to the store and just get like some regular salmon, you know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta go to the store and get the fresh salmon that's sitting on ice that they just caught. And they gotta, cut it up in front of me in steaks, right? So I'm already going in knowing that I gotta buy this salmon that costs $9 a pound, and I need 3 pounds because there's 4 people in my house, right? So I'm like, well, already I'm over budget, right? Because there's $27. Plus I need some bok choy and I need some rice. And that absolutely is going to be more than $25 because the salmon itself is already over $25. So I just go back to the seafood department, and I'm just, for whatever reason, feeling very confident, right? So I'm like, yeah, let me get 3 pounds of salmon, and it's $8.99 a pound. So the guy back there, he cut it up into 4 steaks like I asked him, and he put it on a scale. And when he handed to me, I checked the tag. And I checked the tag, and the tag says $2.97. He forgot to add the other 9 to the $8.99. I grabbed the bag, and I am like, what the fuck? So I go get the rice, I go get the bok choy, and I'm on 100, like how I'm feeling, my confidence. I'm like, yeah, because God is my endless supply. Like, so I'm like, oh, all right, I got one more obstacle to get through, right? I still got to make the checkout, right? So I'm like, hoping this don't tip nobody off. I got this big ass bag of salmon and it says $2.97. So I'm happy as shit though, right? So I'm in a line and I'm just like looking around. I'm saying hi to everyone. I'm like, hi, I'm being weird as shit. Like, hi. I know the cashier was like, what's wrong with this lady? I get up there. I'm like, hi, how are you doing? Such a lovely day. So she just like, hey. So she ring up the salmon. And she did it without a hitch. Like, rang it up, put it in the bag. I'm like, oh, shit. Man, when I tell you, my total was less than $9. I'm giving her this 20. I'm like, oh my God. Like, get my bag. I hop in the car. I'm in the car like, oh my God. God is my endless supply. God is my endless supply. When money goes out, money comes in multiplied. Bless this money in my hand right now. Let me turn this 25 into 25,000. That's the power of prayer. That's the power of knowing and conviction. That's the power of trusting. That is the power of understanding that God is your endless supply. When we hear the phrase, God will move mountains, you have to understand that that means nothing is impossible for God. It might be impossible for you, but it's not impossible for God. And if we move through our lives knowing and trusting and understanding that everything that we desire in this world is already ours, then we will have a whole hell of lot more faith than we have fear. And that's just one example of how God is my endless supply. So I'm happy to work with this young lady on this music. And of course, she's a vocal coach too. So I'm like the Drake of metaphysic music. I'm a rap and I'm a sing, but all my music is affirmation and motivation and understanding that this is how we are supposed to live, that we are already abundant, that we are already loved, we already got everything that we want. Like, that's God's promise. Okay, I'm done.